Hello and welcome to the Mill. I'm your host Dusty Crane, and this week I wanted to show off one of the cool new features of Wingspan Oceania, and that is the new Automa content. I went ahead and set up the game. This is, if you haven't played or haven't read or seen anyone do the Automa for Oceania yet, you have these. Spent nectar is how you start the game. So the Automa automatically starts with, I'm playing just normal, so 4 nectar tokens. And, I don't have any. This player over here doesn't have any. They're always going to start with this, and they can gain them and lose them, as you will see. But we'll get to that when we get to that. I've already set up the game. I've already got some round goals here. Well, a few of them actually ended up being the Oceania. I just put all of them in my hand, shook them up, and let a few fall out, and however they fall out, that's how I decide. This over here is going to be our starting player. This over here, when you're setting up the Automa for the Automarazzi mode, you have to decide where the Automa is sitting between your players, because there are some cards that say to the player on your left, the player on your right, etc. So that is why I went ahead and set the Automa here in the middle too, to just kind of establish. I'm going to say this person, the Automa's to the right, and then this person, the Automa's to the left. Obviously, if they're given to the right, they're given over here. This person's given to the left, they're giving over here. So with that out of the way, I am in my office today, so let me apologize in advance for my squeaky chair. Hopefully I won't be squeaking a whole lot. So let's go ahead and talk about the starting hands that I drew. So like I said, I already picked my goals and my cards. Under normal circumstances, I would not have taken 3 bird cards and 2 food, because I always feel like I'm better served getting a couple of birds, just getting 2 birds, getting plenty of food for it to kind of get a start there. Nectar, that is one of the ways I think that just automatically it changes my thinking a little bit, because I actually considered doing this strategy, because essentially 3 bird cards, 3 food, and so that's another way that the nectar kind of changes the way I've been thinking about the game, and so it's been a pleasant addition there too. Let me provide one more caveat here. I don't typically play Wingspan solo with 2 boards. Again, this is a co-op mode, which means technically there are plenty of people that play co-ops, playing 2 hands or 3 hands or 4 hands or whatever it'll allow them to do. So let me just go ahead and say I am not always going to make the optimal play. Because I'm just trying to move things along here to show you kind of what these things look like on the table. And furthermore, I'm probably going to make a few moves that I don't necessarily need to, just to show off how the Hoard works, or how the Automarazzi would benefit from the swapping of resources, just so that you kind of get an idea. And I unfortunately don't have any cards that actually benefit the Automa yet to use the Automa Hoard, so we'll just have to see what happens the rest of the game. What I have set up here is just the base game in Oceania, so you won't see any European birds, and I think that's it. I think that's all I wanted to go ahead and tell you guys ahead of time, so you know what's going on here. This little starting player right here. So let's go ahead and just get into it. I think over here, what I was thinking was I wanted to play the Downy Woodpecker first, because it would also allow me to play a second one. So I was going to try and get these ones out like ASAP, is exactly what I was thinking. So the only thing is I'm not going to be able to pay that egg cost, and so that I wasn't thinking when I actually set that up. That slows me down a little bit. So what I'm going to do here is I'll go ahead and, yeah, that's the best one. I'm going to go ahead, oops, before I start paying, and let's do it in order. I'm going to play a bird, put that up there. And I will play this one here and slide that down. I'm going to try and get some eggs here is what I'm thinking. Now my goal here, just so you know, is the enclosure builder. So this is birds with, what is that kind of nest? I don't remember. Oh yeah, I was thinking I'll just go ahead and say nothing and put it in post. But anyway, it's it's that build type right there. You should be able to see that just fine. All right, so anyway, and then this one over here, when I was selecting their goals, I went ahead and chose one of the new Oceania bonuses, and this one I'm really worried about because this is columns with a matching pair or trio of nests, and so if I had a platform nest here, I'd want to try and put a platform nest all the way down. And if I do, that's worth 3 points. So potentially, if you had been able to fill your mat, that's a 15-point victory point card, which is, or a bonus card, which is really, really good, especially if you can get the nests that you need. And that's kind of why I chose the Willet here and the Canada Goose. The Canada Goose, I just like the ability to tuck stuff behind it, and it's like, well, maybe I can get enough food to keep that going. And so we have the ability to do a little something in the wetlands with this one. But anyway, I already played this card right here. Let's go ahead and play the Automa's first turn. And that is, they're going to go ahead and discard all 3 from the bird tray, and the Automa's going to draw 1 and put it face down. So let's get rid of these. It's probably a good thing that I didn't pay too close attention, didn't want any of them, huh? To lose those, right? Oh, that was almost hot. Just the entire new Hawks row. And then I guess I could have done this one first, but they get 1 face down. So like I said, I'm playing basic normal mode, so that's Automa's up to 4 points already. The goals are eggs in a platform nest, and in the first round, the Automa is starting with 1. So we both need to get some eggs on the board here to compete with the Automa. So, not that I can be thinking about that right now, but that was their turn. Oh, okay, also. They also gain 1 of these, which actually means now they have 2 eggs in a platform nest. Just set that right there. And now it's this turn. So this one, don't have this yet. I do have this. And I had saved that for the Falcon. I'll just go ahead and let's remember to place that. We're playing a bird right here. And so let's see here. Fish or a worm. No, I'm going to need that for the next one. So I'm going to use a nectar. I'm spending the nectar here in the wetlands, so that is going right there. This slides down, and now we are over here again. So I am really kind of wanting to make this work, so I'm going to go ahead and go here and get 1 egg and play it here on the crake and slide that down, and we are back over to Automa. They are taking food from the bird feeder, and they actually have one of these. They take all those out, and that is what they do. And activate all pink powers. We don't have any out there, so it is what it is. Now for this, and now over here. See, I'm already thinking just in terms of what's going on in this mat. Oof, this is going to be difficult. So, now, do I want to keep working on this wetlands row? This is roll all dice. I guess if I have a predator row, it doesn't hurt. I don't know that I can't remember actually trying that, so I'm really kind of thinking about maybe just building that out. In any case, I'm going to need an egg to do that. So I'll go ahead and spend that there. Take an egg. I should have put resources on both sides. Slide that down. That's it there. So now I am going to, I got the egg there. I got the food. No, I need some more food as well. So, alright. We'll do that. Let's get some food. This is probably not ideal. I am going to go ahead and, because I'm going to play some birds, I'm going to take another nectar. I know people are like, nectar is awesome, and it is. It's nice to have that wild resource, but you need to make sure that you're going to use it. Because if you are, I know for a fact I'm getting ready to play some birds and I'm going to use those, but you just need to make sure you're using them. That's all I'm going to say, because otherwise it goes away, and I could have taken a berry or something that would stick around, but that's okay. And even though I do like to have the option, immediately up front to be able to acquire more, because there are some times where, especially early on when you don't have your engine going, that can be a good sacrifice to make. Back over here to Automa, and they just gained another one. I just want to make sure that I didn't forget to give. Nope, this will be the second. So they're going to take all the rodents. Nope, all the fish. Yep, okay. So that's gone, and they get another one of these. So they're piling up some eggs in that nest type. Whew. And they have this one to compete, but I think the Automa might have us there unless they start losing some. So let's go ahead and play this brown falcon right here. Oops, let's remember to do this. Pay that egg cost. Boom. There's it here. I said it keeps them over here. So put that down there. Pay the food cost. And slide this down. And that is that. So now I have enough food. Let's go ahead and let's play some birds. And we're going to play it up here. So let's start here. And go ahead and play the downy woodpecker, and it doesn't matter what I choose here. So I do get the impression that I'm going to be needing some bird cards and some food, don't you? So when played, play a second bird card into your forest and pay its normal cost. So there is the egg cost for playing it there. And here is these two, and so they can compete in the forest, even though they've already got 4. And that is the end of that turn. Let's see, how about you lose some blocks here? No, you don't. You just gain an egg. Well, alright, so where am I going to put Automa's eggs? Tell you what, this was going to be the Hoard, but I feel like they're going to get more eggs than they are Hoard. So let's just go ahead and stick those there. Guess we can toss them in the same place. At least no more damage on cubes. So now I think I'm going to need some food, but I'm also going to need some cards. And if I get a couple cards here, then I can pay to get a couple of food. So let's go ahead and take 2 cards. And do I want any of these 2 that are in there? Boy, there's so many predators out there that could help. And actually, I don't think I can play this one soon enough to get any eggs on it to help me. But why not? 75. That one's 75 as well. This one will have a little bit more luck hunting, and then I'll go ahead and take this. Just wildly drew a killdeer. Well, that could definitely help bring in some more cards. Whew, alright, so I got my 2 new cards there. Now let's go ahead and look at a card from the deck. If its food includes a worm or a rodent, tuck it behind this one. 2 rodents! Sorry, a spotted owl. Tuck it behind this one. So we got a point there. Roll all dice not in the bird feeder. If any of them are fish, gain 1 fish. Oof. Alright. Good try, bud. That's the end of that. Alright, over here. What do I do? Let's go ahead and, and then let's refresh this. So that one right there is a new one, and for every 2 eggs in your wetlands, lay 1 on that bird for game end. I don't quite know what to do. I got 4 of them here. You know what? Let's go ahead and take a couple cards, because I can, before anything gets refreshed, I'm going to go here and I'm going to take the 2 pollen out of there and have it on hand. Those do nothing. That's that. I guess we need to put these back through. And that's where those are. I like that I'm rolling some pollens this time. My first game with the Automa, I couldn't roll a pollen dice for anything. So that was their turn, and I just rolled it because Automa might take some. Nope, but they do get another egg. And they lay another egg here. Ouch. I think Automa's going to win that one. Now we're over here to this one. I guess if I was being nice, well, as I say, I guess if I was being nice, I could have saved some resources for this person, but here's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to pivot a little bit on this. And so I'm going to go here to get food, but I don't think I'm going to do the Canada Goose after all. Because I think I'm going to go ahead and try getting a card engine going to try and make some other stuff happen. So I'm going to go ahead and pay this Canada Goose and take 2, and I'm going to take 2 nectar because they're there. And why not? I do plan on playing some birds with the time left. So we're back over here. I don't have any birds currently, but let's go ahead and see what I can get. So if I go here, I get 2 cards. I do want to go ahead. I'm going to take this one, Swainson's Hawk. Swainson's Hawk, I think that's how it is. If not, I'm sure you'll let me know. I'll go, and then I'm going to blind draw one, because this one says for every 2 in your wetlands, lay 1 on this bird. But this is at game end. The Pine Siskin, tuck a card from your hand behind this bird. If you do, gain 1 grain from the supply. Let's go ahead and take that. The Grasshopper Sparrow. So now we're here. That's a game end power. So that is the end of that. Got a couple cards. Automa, how about you lose some eggs? But you won't. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and take all bird cards that match the Automa's bonus card, which I guess I should have showed you. This is a bird with, I think those are called cavity nest. And I think this would have already had to been refreshed. So, oh, of course, and there's a couple of them. So, we're going to take the 2 that match, and the one with the highest points is going to stay. So in this case, it's a 3-point bird, which was actually nice, is because these face down ones are 4 points. And so that one's actually going to hurt us a little bit less. This gets discarded, right? Automa keeps the highest power value card face up and discards any others. There's a couple of new cards there. So now we're over here. Guess that should have slid down. All right, let's go ahead and play. We don't have eggs to play here. We can play our red-shouldered hawk, which will then allow me to put some eggs on it to compete on goals. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and place that there. Pay a nectar. Oops. I'm going to pay a nectar there because that's where I'm playing it. And now I have that option. When I want it, that is out there. So that is this turn. Now this one right here, we don't have a bird that can compete yet with the goal we have set there. So I'm going to put this here, and it is going to take both of those nectar spent right here, and that is the end of that turn. Please lose some of these eggs. You didn't again. Alright, so another bird that matches its bonus card, which there are none, and so when none happens, it just goes, it's a 4-point gain for them, so I don't like that. I wish it would have had something that worked for it, but it is what it is. So that was their turn. Over here, we need to get some eggs over here on either of these two. So, am I going to have enough? Okay, so what I'm looking at here is 1 worm and 1 food, and or 1 worm or 1 rodent, invertebrate. So if I play a card, I'd want to play this over here. Unfortunately, I'm going to need some eggs for that. I can't spend the eggs. I definitely need to spend this. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and play... Oof, this is a hard one, and I'm taking too long. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and play this bird into here, so at least I'm helping kind of, with the nectar gains. At least that's what I'm saying I'm doing. What am I... Okay. Alright, nope. What I'm going to do is... God, this is awful. I'm going to spend this on eggs. Alright, over here now. Last turn of, and I want to get some eggs, so I'll go ahead and play that there. And this is my only platform guy, unfortunately, because now we need less than 75. 25. So that is a tucked card. Right there. Boom. There's that. That is done. Ooh, tried picking up the wrong card. Now we could really stand to lose. Alright, good. I mean, they got an egg. But I'm going to lose one of these. And over here, let's go ahead and we've got 2, 2. They're going to have 3. So, and I can't tie there. Well, I can go here, put an egg there. And, or I could see what kind of points I'd get that way. It's the first round. We're just gonna tie and screw up everyone's points, I think. Well, they get the full 4. We tie for second. And let's go ahead and take. Let's go ahead and take an egg. It's not my favorite choice, but it'll at least tie these two. And we'll talk about the scoring rules of what the competing or the competitive mode or cooperative mode. Sheesh. Okay, so we are at the end of the first round. Let's go ahead and do some end of round scoring. So if we had any round end powers out, I don't have European in this deck right now because there's a ton of cards. And I know I could shuffle them all up. I think that's actually what I'm going to end up doing eventually here, is just shuffle everything and just kind of what Jamie had mentioned before, have a couple of different stacks. But used end round powers were not discard any unused nectar, as I mentioned. That's one of the things that goes away. I used all of it, both of these. Now we score the end around goals. Now again, eggs in a platform nest. The Automa has 1 just automatically, so they have 3. Over here we have 2, and over here we have 3. So we have a tie for first there, and locking down second there for whatever that matters. So this can come over. Remove all action cubes. It's very important that you do it in this order because there are some now that say like some bonuses that say how many cubes you played in Play a Bird. So just make sure you're being you're thinking about that when you're that order when you're clearing stuff off. So we cleared that off. We removed all the action cubes, discard and replace all cards in the bird tray. So those are going away. Our next round 2 goal is actually the worms in the food cost of your birds. And the Automa. Automa starts with 3 already. Goodness gracious. So now one of the things you do at the end of the round is you actually do this twice. So we're going to draw a card. And, this is going to line up like this round 1. So the very first thing that we're going to do is we're taking a nectar away from the grassland or the forest. But unfortunately, because that's what that X means, unfortunately we're adding one to the grasslands and the wetlands. So let me grab another piece of nectar here and put that right there. And we do it one more time. So here is another one. And this one doesn't hurt us as much, although it does gain 1 in the wetlands. And that is the end of round 1. Let's go ahead and remove the round 1 Automa. That goes away. Shuffle these up. Do a little bit of mashing, I guess, because that's what the sleeves are for, right? And you'll notice I only sleeve the ones that I do a lot of shuffling with. I know that bothers a lot of people, but that's just the way I'm doing it. So let's put that there. Now, first player alternates between players, so now the first player is over here. So now we've got some decisions to make. And get some food here for this killdeer, which is exactly what I think I need. And then I also need some eggs, but I mean just one to get the killdeer out, and then run this and see what kind of cards I can get on offer, I guess. Again, like I mentioned, it's nothing I'm doing is most likely optimal, unfortunately. So we'll go ahead and, you know what? Let's run this card engine first. So I'll do 2 to see what we have here. This discard grain. The burrowing owl. It's 2. Another predator. Go on the grasslands and expand things. I like these predator birds. Maybe a little bit too much. It's a gamble, but I always enjoy it. And a blue jay. Okay. So now let's hunt. If it has a worm or tuck it behind. So another successful hunt here. Go here, roll all dice not in the dice feeder. Hope for fish. Ugh. This guy's not doing very well with the hunting. And that's that. Now over here, let's go ahead and I guess let's fill this thing back. An Australian shell duck. Draw 1 face-up card from the tray. With either of those 2 nests, you may reset or refill that before doing so. I don't understand what's going on here. Let's see. When activated, draw 1 face-up card from the tray with this type of nest. You may reset or refill the tray before doing so. You're just adding it to your hand. But that's cool that you can reset the tray before you do it. Alright, so let's see here. What had I decided to do? I decided to get some cards, right? Because that's why I filled it. If I didn't express that, that's what I was thinking. So I'm almost thinking at this point, like I don't really have a synergy going anywhere, and so I think, I mean, this will let me get some more cards going. Draw 1 face up. I'm gonna blind draw both of them. That's just what I'm going to do. Clark's Nutcracker, which will let you gain some grain from the bird feeder and cash it on the card if you want to. And this one right here is a new one, the Mistletoe Bird, and that gains a berry from the supply or discard a berry to gain a nectar from the supply. So, those are expensive birds though. Holy moly. So that's game end. That's that. Let's see what the Automa is up to. All right, so it wants these two. The 3-point bird stays. These two come out. Is this Tui? I think that might be how it's pronounced. Copy a brown power of one bird in the forest. In the forest of the player to your left. Well, if this person got that card, the player on the left is the Automa, so I wonder how that works. Oh, if it's there, never mind. I remember now. And let's see here. Okay, and then the other one was the Korimako. Discard any number of rodents to gain that much nectar from the supply. That's pretty cool. If you have a lot of rodents on offer, I suppose. So, alright, that, and then they need to add one to this. So they already have 3, now they have 4, right? Yep. You go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, possibly 3, 4. Alright, we're not out of striking distance. It's now this turn right here. And we are going to need some food to get these out. So I'm going to play that there. Let's take a worm and a grain just to kind of give us some options. Worm and a grain. Come on, less than 75. Yeah, 24. Sorry, South Island Robin. And now we are over here. Let's get some food. And hopefully some of that is nectar. Is there any of this that I want to get rid of? I think, even though that nectar cost kind of scares me, I think I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to go ahead and get 3 food. And there's only that in there, so I don't want that. Oh, wonderful. So at least they got the nectar for the mistletoe bird, but none of the berries. And so we'll take a worm. I guess maybe I shouldn't have paid that card up front after all. And then I'll take, maybe I'll take just the fish so that it can be re-rolled sooner. This is typical of my last game, where like just roll, no nectar. Boom, that's the end of there. Now they are going to take this out of here, and they are going to trigger the powers. Again, no pink cards though. There's some nectar. That was nice. There's no pink powers to activate, but at least they didn't add more to their goal. But the less I see now, the more I see later, I suppose. So let's. I was not going to dip back into food yet, but this person's going to need some nectar too. So I think what I'm going to do is they definitely need 1 nectar, and they're going to get that in the forest, which I already got 2 there, which It's Nectar just adds that one little extra thing to think about. Where where am I playing this? How is that kind of competing with this? Although I really don't let those points influence my turns too much, because at the end, even if you like lost everything and they got everything, yes, 15 points is a big swing, especially in this game. But I think, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking about it wrong, but it seems to me that it's just something to look at and think about, and maybe it'll influence a decision or two, but not letting it influence too much. Come on, less than 75. Nope. All right. Good try, though. All right. So now we're over here. And I'm going to go ahead and play a bird. And oh, sorry. What am I thinking? I can't play that one yet. Berries. I could have used berries, and then if I'd have left that one there, they could have got a berry. I'm not a very good co-op. I'm not thinking in that frame of mind just yet. So I am going to still play a card though. So I'm gonna play this guy. This will just help get some more eggs out. So let's pay the egg cost and pay the food and slide that down. And that's that turn. Let's see about Automa. Alright, so they just add a face. Well, we discard all three. But they just draw one and keep it face down. So we got a black swan. Lay one egg on each of your birds of the wingspan over 100, including that one, for game end. And then the brewer's blackbird. Tuck a card from your hand behind this bird if you do also lay one. Now that one actually might go good with, like, if I'm going to start adding cards to this hand. And so I'm going to go ahead and get some more cards in hand right now, because I want this blackbird. So I'm going to add this here. And I'm working in the water. Should I take the black swan? It's expensive. What's my goal here? I'm trying to match. Oh, see, I've already forgotten how I tried to match things up. So that's funny. So this is not going to help me at all. I knew that was going to be a tough one. I knew it. So took a card from your hand behind this one. So this one actually works well too. That's worth a ton of points. It's going to add some more eggs to this row at the end of the game, but I can make up 5 points certainly by tucking cards from my hand, especially if I'm gaining a bunch. So I think that's what I'm thinking about doing here. I don't know if it's the right thing to be thinking, but oh well. Alright, so that was this turn here. Oh, not quite yet. Nope, no worms. That's a failed hunt, man. No worms or rodents on that one. Roll all dice. Hope for some fish. Oh, what are the odds? If any are fish, gain one fish and cash it on this bird. Boom. All right. No brown powers really helping the Automa's Hoard just yet. And let's see here. So that was the end of that one. This one over here. Let's go ahead and We can't get that killdeer out yet. I am thinking in terms of end of the round. I'm going to need some food. There's nectar on offer. So I'm going to take that nectar because I plan on spending it on this bird. And I would love to not have to spend, unfortunately, I would love to not have to spend 2 to get that berry, but what are you going to do? Alright, did I make sure that last one? Well, I didn't actually. What I like about the way you play these Automa cards is I can see here that I should have had, and I need to add one here. Oh, that was the last one I did. Sheesh. So now, okay, so that one that should have been there, now this takes it off, and it gets 2 eggs. Alrighty, and over here, let's go ahead and spend some of this nectar because you can't take it with you when you go. And let's get this, what do I want to get out there? Blah, 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 blah. Alright, let's go ahead and get this Brewer's Blackbird out there already. Already? Yeah, why not? Let's go ahead and so this is going to go up here. Slide that down, pay this here, pay the grain over here. Not feeling great about that, but again, I guess I'm really just trying to show off what these modes do. And in that regard, I guess that's just fine. Oh boy, what do I want to do? Let's go ahead and I am going to need to play this by the end of the round, but I'm going to need more food. I would really like some berries, so I'm gonna take a chance on it. Why not? Don't want that, so I'm gonna roll all of these. Come on, berries or nectar would be just fine. And so at most that's 3. So I don't want to take another nectar that I can't spend. I'd like to be able to hang on to it. So I think I'll go ahead and, but this guy could use some nectar possibly. So I'll go ahead and take the grain. And they'll slide down, and let's move over to here. It is going to take all berries. Nope. Grain. Yep. Alright, so unfortunately that took the nectar that I was thinking could help this person, and it's going to give them another one of these. So they're up to 5 worms. That's going to be hard to top. Alright, so let's come over here. We got a nectar and a worm. And I think when I got this, I was thinking of either the killdeer or the burrowing owl, and I think it would be, I think I'm gonna go with the burrowing owl just to make sure I'm spending this. So that's what I'll do. I'm gonna have to, so I'm playing this, and then, or actually I'm playing it here, and then the egg goes away from one of the, oops, she's trying to give them points. The egg goes there, I pay this, I put that over there, so this slides down, boom, that's done. One more turn in this round. Ooh, it's nerves time. It's nerves time, boys and girls. I'm gonna pay an egg. I'll put the mistletoe bird here. I'm gonna pay these 3 right there. And that is it there. Come on, lose. Nope. No type of nest that they particularly like, so that's going face down right there. And last turn here for round 2. No food. And I have birds to play. So let's go ahead and do we want to do this or a hunt? Eggs are not going to help us. So, but, I mean, right now. But, I'll go ahead and do this. Oh, why not? Try and spread the love around. But also thinking in terms of the cards that tuck things. Roll out dice. Come on, rodent. Nope. And tuck a card from your hand. Alright, I'll go ahead and get rid of the blue jay. And if I do tuck it, also lay an egg on it. And that goes right there. That is the end of that. And then, alright, what am I going to do with my last? This would be a hunt and an egg. A couple of cards. I guess I do kind of need something. Don't need food if I don't know. So let's go ahead and we'll do some eggs here too. So 2 eggs, and again thinking in terms of what I have to lift up here. This is lay an egg on any bird, so I'll give one here. Come on, less than 75. Of course, 79. Come on, man, you can't hunt those things that are bigger than you. And, oh good, that's timely. except for they get 2 eggs, which I could do without them getting. And that is the end of round 2. So let's see what we're dealing with here. Again, we're going to use end of round bird powers if we have any. Now we discard any unused nectar. We have none, thankfully. Now we score the end of round goals, which is worms and the total food cost. And again, they start with 3, so there's 4. This one has 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, I didn't get this out. 3. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have this one tying for first, and then this right here. So on to round 3, and let's do this first. Well, we remove all the action cubes now, so let's bring those down. Looks like we're gonna have a longer final round because we have the new no goal card. The only thing that stinks about that is at the end of that, they get 1 of each nectar added there. So there's that. So we are now going to put these down. All right, that's in place. Let's go ahead and see what we're doing nectar-wise here. So that one's not going to hurt us as much. So they lose 1 there. This, you watch, they'll all get 1 here. Only the middle one. So they took it easy on us this round. All right. Let's see. So, without getting any brown powers that benefit other people, you really haven't seen anything from Automa's Hoard, which kind of stinks. I guess if I see any birds on offer that would benefit everybody, I'll make sure I just take it no matter what. Oh, shoot, I gotta take the after round 2 out. And let's kind of shuffle these up a bit again. That there. And the first player marker shifts. So this is 2 of the same nest in a, so I could have got some points if I would have made sure at least some of them matched. Over here, at least I'm gonna get that's a wild. So as long as I can get a platform right here, that would be great. That would be at least 3 points for doing that. Yeah, nothing really. I mean, this would have been if they had this same bonus card, but that is fine. Let's go ahead and start round 3 over here, and I'm going to start by getting some cards to play. So I'm going to take this one just because it would help, like, not only my goal here, but also That would come. Oh, I don't have to worry about columns for that. It's at least the nest type I need. So there's that. And I'll blind draw this one. A barn owl. Well, that doesn't really do anything for me showing off Automa's Hoard. Ooh, we have a crow. A 1-for-1 6-point fish crow. All right, so let's see what the Automa does. So this, with the no gold, it's just there's nothing to compete for. So there's no point in even putting those things over there. So it goes ahead and any of those cards work? No, but it still irks me because it gets rid of this fish crow that I just put out there. It does get this. A mountain chickadee. What's that, Clark's Grebe? And a greater prairie chicken. Alright, so those are the new cards on offer. Alright. So, that was that. It is this turn right here. And let's work on getting this killdeer out. It's also going to help with the beaks pointing left goal because I don't really, this one's a straight one, that one's looking left, the others are looking that way. Let's go ahead and get this one out, shall we? Let's go ahead and put it right here. So we're going to pay an egg. We'll take it from this guy since it doesn't matter. Put that there. Pay its. Do I even have food to pay for it? Did I? And I didn't pay for it yet. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what did I pay with? I think it was a grain. In any case, I'll just leave that. Wait, I didn't pay it at all. That was the problem. I paid an egg. Sheesh. Falling apart over here. I don't. I guess technically I could take a worm, but let's see if I can. Let's see if I can get a nectar. Oof. Alright, good. So I'm going to take 2 nectar because I'll definitely eat. Ooh. Gotta be careful where you're grabbing this stuff from. Let me tell you. Okay. So now lower than 75. Lower than 75. 15. Sorry, splendid fairy wren. Sorry, you are hunted. And that goes under there. And that is that. So we're back over here. And I could play the sparrow, get some nectar that could help me. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to get some food. I'm not going to pay to reroll, although that's you know what that means. I'm going to go ahead and take that and get a nectar. And I'm going to reroll these because I think I could use a rodent or a nectar. Oh, well, all right, cool. Oops, that was this one over here. And gain a berry from the supply, which gain a berry from the supply, or discard a berry to gain a nectar. Well, I didn't have one to discard, so then that goes all the way in. I'd questioned for a second whether or not I could use a wild to, or a nectar to do that, but no. Nope, nope, nope. If it has a specific food cost, you cannot use the nectar. This is for, paying for birds. So that's gone down over there. Let's see here. This is, are any of these birds? Yes. This one right here is going to help it with its end goal. Thankfully, that's a 2-point mountain chickadee, so that's going to hurt less than it doing something else. Although I'm pretty sure that, yeah, the wild actually counts too. So this one hurts us a little bit more. That's actually a 5-point pain. So, dang it. And they would add one to the no goal, but it doesn't matter. Let's see here what they're going to do over here. Let's go ahead and get that. Let's go ahead and get that killdeer out. Now we'll do it because we got some resources. So they're doing pretty good on this. Just looking at nectar real quick. We don't need this. So pay an egg. Put this killdeer down here. It's going to cost a worm, which I'll just put that there. Boom. Okay. So over here, let's go ahead and get this barn owl out. Yeah, so it's just a 5-point consideration, I guess, really. So I guess we'll put them in the grasslands. And pay that egg cost. And pay the food cost. Oops. Right there. Slide that all the way down, and that is that. Let's see about the Automa. They're going to start with taking berries, which there are none, and then they're taking fish. And no pink powers. That's fine. Let's go over here and let's get some cards so that we can have a productive turn right here. That would be a 5-point hurt if Automa got that card. So I think that's going to be one that I take. And I'll blind draw this. A cockatiel. Discard a grain to choose a card from the tray and tuck it behind this bird. Franklin's gull. Alright, now let's look at if it's a worm or a rodent. Yeah. Another good hunt there. Alright, come on, we need a fish. Nope. Alright, there's that. Back over here. Let's go ahead and get... I want to play another bird. Are there any cards up there? The Franklin's gull would not hurt as much if the Automa drew another card. And it's the kind of nest that will help me. Let's go ahead and let's get some eggs out first. So I'll go ahead and take 2 eggs. Let's get some yellows. Let's get the new yellows. And we'll put those, because it's not going to matter, there. Then roll all dice, and we need some rodents. See, now I'll get a fish instead of a rodent. Oh, didn't I call that? So lay 1 egg on any bird. We'll put that one down here too. Less than 75. 30. All right. And that is done. All right, so they're taking this 3-point. And that goes there. And they could add that, but it doesn't matter. Now over here, we have 1 nectar that we for sure need to use. We don't for sure need to use it this turn. So let's go ahead and get some food to help play some of these other birds. We're for sure taking this nectar because I can spend 2 of them without an issue. And I'm going to re-roll all of them to see if I can get another nectar on offer, and I can. So I'll take another nectar. And less than 75. Oof. Nope, not by a long shot. And that's the end of that. Okay. So let's go ahead and oh boy, let's just go ahead and we'll just play. Do we need more food, more eggs? We'll play it in the grasslands, why not? Although I'm going to need more cards, so this will be cheaper in the long run. So I'll go ahead and pay 1 egg and put that here. And pay those to you 2 resources. And that slides down. Boom. Over here, let's see what happens. Alright, so it's taking fish. There are no pink powers. Pardon me. Alright. Let's go ahead and look over here. We need to play something out here. Let's play. And all the beaks are pointing the wrong direction for me. Let's go ahead and play. We have enough eggs to play 2. So let's play this guy. Let's play this guy right here. So we'll go right here. Boom. Play that there. Pay these 2. And that is that. Last turn of the round here. Goodness gracious. I'm going to need some cards. So we'll go here. And none of those are going to hurt We do know, oh, we're in round 3, so I know that doesn't really matter because it's no goals, but so round 4, it's going to have 3 pointing to the left and or more. I've got 4 over here. Okay, so just something to think about in terms of what cards I'm taking. So this one is looking the right direction. Doesn't have the right food types for what I'm looking for, but that's fine. I'll blind draw that. Golly. Alright, so if this bird is the right of all other birds, move it to another habitat. And of course I get to choose, but I'll go ahead and make a big, maybe I should make a big food turn, since I'm certainly going to need that if I'm going to get either of those 2 birds out. Just something to think about. Alright, this one right here. Alright, so oops, I guess this needed to be like that. And now it's just going to take a face down card. Okay, so that is our new on offer. And it doesn't matter about cubes there. So now let's go ahead, and we want to probably play this cockatiel so that we don't lose this nectar and it basically have been for nothing. The question is which habitat we want to play it into. Do I want to take a 2-egg hit? I could. I could also make food. Well, give me more food options, but in the water, definitely have some card options for the end. Alright, let's go ahead and, well, let's see what his nest type is. If I play it right, one of those are already kind of 2. If I get another one of those, that's nothing there. Those have the same nest. So this one can only go into the forest. So yeah, I'll play this guy right here. Why not? Pay the 2 eggs. And then, so that should have been right there. Pay the 2 eggs. There's the food for him. And that's the end of this round. So no cubes scored. Let's go ahead and run through the end of round reference. Discard any unused nectar. We used it all. Score end of round goals. There are none. Remove all action cubes. So we're going to have a larger or longer last round. Take these right here. And replace all of these birds. Ugh. All right, so we are certainly nearing the end here. Let's go ahead and take the round. Oh, before we do that, we have to, because this no goal, no goal looks the same on all of them. Whenever there's a no goal, basically the end of round, they get one of these in each of their areas. Now let's flip one of these over. So they're going to gain one, so they're going to lose one in the wetlands and gain one in the forest. So we'll just slide that over. And then the next one, only they gain one in the wetlands. So lots of nectar there. So let's get this round 3 one out. Flip this around. And we are on to our 4th and final round. First player marker moves over here. So let's see. We need some food. So we'll go here and I will take a nectar for sure. Actually, I'll take the nectar and the worm. Before I take the worm, I'm going to take the nectar, and then I'm going to reroll. That's exactly why I rerolled. Some nectar. Alright, so that's the 2. Come on, less than 75. And no. Wow, way no. An osprey. It's like, what does that say, 160? Yeah, 160 is a little bit larger than 75. So, there's that. We are now over here, and we need food in a bad way. So, this'll be cool. I'll go ahead and no, I'll just go ahead and take the 3 food, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the worm. So that's 1. And I'm going to re-roll and hope for some nectar. There we go. There's 2. So let's get a couple nectar over here. Oh, I guess the worm was actually coming over here. Oh, no, that's right. Whoops. Okay, so now this can move to another, which will have it go here, and we'll have a big egg round. So now gain 1 berry from the supply or discard a berry to gain a nectar. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to discard a berry, take a nectar, boom. That's that. All right, all new cards. Oh, it would be really nice if we could keep that away from the Automa. Yes, it would. It would be nice. Alright, so over here, I guess I could go ahead and make sure that stays out of the Automa's hands and give myself some options. So I'll take this. And I'll blind draw. Alright, another hawk. Nice points on those. So tuck a hint card if you do draw one. Alright, which one of these do I want to get rid of? That's the least amount of points. Then I'll do that and draw one. Wood stork. Belted kingfisher there. Look at a card. Come on, worm or rodent. Yeah, there we go. Come on, fish. There we go. Nice. Okay, so there, now that's the end of that. Over here, let's play. Do we want the big? Well, I guess we'll do it even bigger the next round if we do this. So let's go ahead and alright, I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna get some food first. I'll go ahead and take I'll take the rodent that I don't really need, but it'll allow me to re-roll for one more. Come on, nectar. Alright, well, I got the one I asked for. Alright, so there's the nectar. Gain a berry from the supply. Cool, I will. Boom. Alright. It is going to take a face down. Another 4 points for it. Alright. Alright, so I ended up playing it how I would play normally, but I haven't shown you any of the Automarazzi stuff yet, which kind of is not good, right? So this is probably not awesome, but that's fine. That's fine. The Hoard is not filling up, so that just did this. So we're over here. I'm going to say, hey, this person over here is going to say, hey, buddy, I could really use one of your nectars so that I can play the wood stork. Okay, because my bonus card is difficult. So if you would give me a nectar, so you'd say, okay, oh, this is for him to give it. All right, so this person would have had to do it. All right, well, we'll wait on that, I guess. Maybe, hey, an hour into this video, an hour and a half into this video, now I'll show you the Automarazzi stuff I said I was going to. Goodness gracious. Okay, so over here, I would go ahead and, at this point, probably... Ooh, this one would actually do what I was hoping to do. So let's do that. I'll go ahead and play a card here. So I'll pay the egg cost. And this is going to cost 2 resources. So there's my 2 nectar. And there's that. I'll make sure I activate that because that is going to help with this Hoard situation. Now we are back over here and we need to start spending some of this nectar. So in the grasslands, this is going to cost 2 eggs. So we'll take it from here to put that right there. And I will go ahead and spend I'll go ahead and spend the worm that I have and 2 of these. This guy only goes, so I can't even use this one. Well, it is what it is. I'm going to need another. I have enough to get another card. Okay, so then I did the worm. The 2 nectar go here. And that is the cost for that over here. 3 eggs. 3 eggs, and they get another beak pointing left. Alright, over here. So we have no food, but so that's fine because I wanted to. We'll do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and take some food. A rodent will help with this cost. So I'll take a rodent. And a fish will help with this cost if I want it. And actually that's a rodent too. So a fish and a rodent over here. Those are out. So here is our first opportunity to demonstrate the Automa's Hoard, because now this is a brown power that activates, and it says tuck 1 card from your hand, which I'll just do this. Why not? Tuck 1 card from your hand behind this bird. If you do, all players gain 1 nectar from the supply. So I'll do that there. 1 here. So now the Automa's Hoard, when the Automa would normally gain 1 nectar, give her 2 Hoard tokens. Now the Hoard tokens are just, you know, anything that you want to use to count with. 20-sided dice, 100-sided dice. Good luck reading the numbers on that. Or it recommends just using the food tokens, and since the food tokens are things that I have extra of, because I've got these special food, I'll just use that. So that was a perfect example of this, showing off how Automarazzi, if you gain nectar, you get 2 Hoard tokens. So there's that. Now we need less than 75. Yes. There's that there. Nice, perfect. That slid right where it needed to go. And that's that. Back over here, we cannot use this card. So we are going to need some cards from the deck. And I'll just go ahead and take 2. This one is a 6-pointer, and I can play it. So I'm taking that. And then, do I want to blind draw? Let's see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 1 more to get 7. And since that one's not going to help me out, if I could get that special kind of nest. Bronzed cowbird. That's probably not going to help me much at this point. And I can't play that one either. Goodness gracious. Yikes. Okay. I definitely need to spend this. Need to spend this nectar. Alright. Almost forgot here. Alright, so it's going to take rodents, fish. This grain is going to be taken. There are no pink powers to activate, so there is that. Now over here, let's go ahead and play this hawk. Well, we can't because we don't have enough. We don't have enough eggs. So let's get some. We're going to need them. So it's going to be 3 eggs, and actually, since it's getting so near the end, let's go ahead and pay for another one. so this will be a 4-egg gain. So I know I said it before, but I tend to like spreading out my eggs. And when given the choice, and when I think about it, I always go with the ones that have less because I figured those have smaller, nests anyway. So they, it's important that they have one. So discard 1 grain to choose, and I can't. So discard 1 egg to draw 2 bird cards. And I could end up getting, I'm not going to get anything worth better than 6 points that I especially want to. So, no, I'm not going to activate that one. Roll all dice. Come on, rodent. Haha. Tuck a card from your hand behind this bird. No. Shoot, that would have been, maybe I should have done that. It's too late now. I could have got one or the one. That one would have been, that would have picked up the 2 points I lost from that egg. Dang it. Dang it. I should have read ahead. I should have known what I had. It is what it is. Okay, so now we've got to get something played here. So let's go ahead and play a bird card. It's going to cost an egg. And I'm going to play this right here. Do a fish. Am I going to be able to? Oh, I can't play those anyway. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and use both of these nectar just to make sure that they get spent. Because I really don't, because I'm not going to be able to, this is going to be eggs probably. Because I can't play either of those two. So that, well, we'll see. 3 eggs. Three eggs and another bird looking left. And now for this final one, of course, we're going to pay the 2. And play this guy into the grasslands. And this is going to go here. This is going to go there. So 6 points is a good pick. Better, it made more sense to do that than eggs. Even though I had to get rid of 2. So it was kind of a wash, right? Because I guess I could have done... Yeah, that's probably what, because then I could have got an extra, just put this down, and then potentially got some points there. Well, it is what it is. I'm not going to sweat it. Last round over, last move here. This is for sure going to be eggs. So 4. And 2. 2. 2. 2. You know what? When I played this, I didn't play its power, which was boldness, and each of your birds with a boldness. So I need to actually fix that mistake, which this would be the only one that qualifies. And it doesn't say including this one. We'll see if that really makes a difference. So the 4 eggs went out. This bird is to the right, it's not. Roll all dice that are not in the bird feeder. Come on, rodent. Oh, good, awesome. Lay an egg. Come on, less than 75. Yeah, sorry, American Robin. There's that. And so then here, so this has to, Automa has to finish their turn. And, oops, this should have been there. None of those met their need, so they would have just taken a face down. And that is the end of the game. Let me go ahead and, well, I guess we got to do some scoring first, and then it's the end of the game, but we're not doing any end-around powers. I had to discard a nectar. Oh, that's sad. Now score end-around goals. So this is birds looking to the left, and the Automa has 5 birds looking to the left. That's going to be hard to top, I think. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And over here we have 1, 2, 3. Really? Only 3? Ugh, okay, so first, second, and third. Now I have some number crunching to do. So the Hoard is not going to affect scoring at all. And that's because we're playing on normal, so they get 1 egg for every 4. And there's only 2 tokens that they got due to the nectar, because that was the only brown power that activated that gave the Automa anything. I'm going to go ahead and crunch some numbers and see who won this game. Oh, one thing I almost forgot is I didn't even process these new game end powers. So let's go ahead and do that. So no, it didn't end up with any game end over here. This one though, draw 4 bonus cards, keep 1 and discard the other 3. So let's see which one of these can help me the most. So one of these new Oceania bonus cards says sets of the 4 nest types. So that one might be good for 8 points if I actually have a set. So let's see here. A bowl. I only have 1 bowl nest. How many tree cavity nests? 1. So maybe that one's not going to be the best. We'll see. I'm thinking I have 1 set, so that's a 3-point. Birds with 30 centimeters or less. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be a 3-point card. Consecutive birds in your forest with ascending and descending. So I could say 30, 29. So 3 of them would be, this is a 3-point card too. Birds that can only live in the wetlands, that would be 2 of them. So really, it doesn't matter which of these I do. The best I can come up with is 3 points. So I think we'll say I did Forest Data Analyst, 3 consecutive birds. And here's why. This is where Jamie talked about the wild cards here. We have a flightless bird. And so this is ascending or descending. And so this one's 30, blank, 18. So we're saying it goes down. So we'll say 30, 29, 18. Or 30, 20, 18. In any case, 3 bonus points right there, picked up. These other 3 get discarded. Thanks to that bird right there. This one right here says lay 1 egg on each of your birds in your wetland. So another one here and here. And that is the end of the game. I am going to go ahead and crunch some numbers. Ooh, wait. Another thing I forgot. Wow. I have to give them additional nectar. So at the end here, let's go ahead and do this. So they would get 1 nectar there. And they lose one here, gain one there, and there. Just loaded down with nectar. Alright, so I am going to go ahead and crunch some numbers and see how this game ended. Okay, so I went ahead and figured out the final score here, and player A finished with a final score of 70, which I know is 70 it is. Over here, player B finished with a score of 86, which also, I know, not really far off of my normal averages, but in the 80s round, actually. The Automa itself, though, it ended up winning in Nectar a couple times. That helped it. Had, not horrible cards face up, but, there's a good deal of face down cards. The Automa itself finished with a score of 82. So, what we have here is 70, 82, 86. Now, here's how this normally plays out. When you're playing in a co-op game, like I mentioned, the story was that, here, let me just go ahead and read you the story from the rule book here. The Automarazzi makes a fortune selling photographs of interesting and rare birds to bird tabloids and television shows. They couldn't care less about the impact of their fumbling and stomping around the birds' habitats. They just want to take photos to sell to the highest bidder, and we need to stop them. You and your fellow bird enthusiasts have a plan to spare the birds such intrusions. If you can get the shots of these beautiful birds and post them on the internet first, no tabloid or show will pay anything for Automarazzi's work, putting them out of business for good. Well, the end of round scoring, the way this is done is you handle it just like normal. You figure out what your score is normal, you figure out what their score is normal, you figure out what the Automa score is. Now, if you're playing, with 2, 3, 4 players, what you basically do is you add up all of their scores and you go ahead and you find the average. So you're going to go ahead and add all the scores together, and in this case there was 2, so I added both scores together, divided by 2, and found out, unfortunately, the Automarazzi is still stomping around these birds' habitats. I was unable to stop them. Their score of 82, with this being 70 and 86. If this was my board in a normal game, I would have won against the Automa, but because we had to, go ahead and average both of these boards, 70 and 86, that ended up giving me around 78, and 78 is unfortunately lower than 82. It was a close game, but I just could not overcome that Automarazzi. They lived to fight another day. So, that was the Automarazzi mode kind of demonstrated with the Automa Hoard. Now, that was something we didn't get to see that much in this game because this is the only card I had that gave resources to other people. Hopefully you got a little bit of a chance to kind of see how this new content works. And yes, even the new co-op mode can be played solo, which is true of solo games or co-op games normally. So very much like the fact that it was kind of interesting playing 2 mats at a time, and I think some people will probably be sharing stories of, I just got all my mats out and played against the Automa, and I think it'll be fun. I do wish that more situations had risen up that I could show off the giving a bird card to another player. Again, you're going to find a card in your box that kind of explains all that. This is the Automarazzi card that kind of just breaks down, what you would have to trade off to gain benefits there. And then you also have, so I know they got blurry, but then you also have this Automa's Hoard card that, kind of lets you know exactly what the Hoard would get for what those brown powers are. So it's not difficult to add into your game at all. It does give you a nice little extra something to think about, something to remember. So that can be troublesome if you, I guess, occasionally find yourself forgetting where you're at. But if you're playing at home, who is going to accuse you of cheating or whatever, right? So that's all I have for you this week. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this video finds you in good health, and just take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves and each other. And again, thank you so much for watching.